Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a video. You're gonna have to excuse me, I do not feel good at all. My voice is pretty bad, but today we're doing college football week 0 game picks. So I'm gonna pick every game for week 0. I will be doing the game pick videos for every single week. When there's more matchups, like not in week 0, I'll do best matchups and best highly ranked matchups. But, sorry if you're under the weather, but without further ado, and sorry I'm getting to this late, kind of had a wild week, so I'll be, structuring videos better, but, rest of the sports, thanks for tuning in. Alright, so our first game this Saturday, our first game of the college football season for 2025 is Kansas State versus Iowa State in Dublin, Ireland. Yep, you heard me right. So it's one of these like kickoff games, kind of. It's called the Aer Lingus College Football Classic. Aer Lingus is like, like Iceland Air or Air Japan. So it's just their airline. It's a sponsor, but I'm really excited to watch this one. Last year, this was the Florida State Georgia Tech game. If you didn't know, last year, and then you're currently watching last year's highlights of this matchup. I like these teams a lot. Avery Johnson coming back for Kansas State is huge. Their defense is looking pretty good with some good returners. Like their D line is supposed to be really good. And people are projecting them to win the Big 12, which I like. As for Iowa State, kind of coming off a little bit of a disappointing championship loss. They've got Rocco back as the quarterback. Also like Iowa State just in general. They always play to contend. My final verdict is going to be Kansas State for this game. I just think their defense is going to overpower a kind of rocky Iowa State offense. But they still have a good defense, but I'm just relying on K-State to have an incredible defense for this game. So I'm going with Kansas State to win in Ireland in a big Week 1 matchup. For this next matchup, it is UNLV versus Idaho State. So you were watching the Mountain West Championship last year where UNLV lost. They almost made the playoffs, actually. The winner of this game was going to make the playoffs. Idaho State, they're all right. I mean, nothing special at all. Just one of those random kind of FCS teams. UNLV, especially coming off of a good season. I think their quarterback might be returning. With a new coach, head coach Dan Mullen, I do not see a, world where they lose this game. So I'm going to go with UNLV huge over Idaho State. Final verdict from Rusty. Alright, so for the next matchup, it is Kansas versus Fresno State. I don't see a world where Kansas does not lose this game. Their first game in their, new look stadium. Jalen Daniels is coming back. So I'm going to go with Kansas for this one. But I do want to say, Fresno State is a team that I like. Like, if there was a group of 5 team that could beat Kansas, it would be one of Fresno State. But I just think it's a little too much, and I think Kansas is just gonna have fun in their new stadium, get a good environment, and win this one. I'm probably gonna go with a 20 to 10 point differential. I don't think it's gonna be awful, but yellow card. But that's my verdict. So, for the final game of Week 0, we have Sam Houston State rolling into Bowling Green to face Western Kentucky. So, this is actually a conference matchup, which is kind of crazy to think about. Same with Iowa State and Kansas State, though. As you can see, Kentucky made a bowl last year. And, they play ball. They've competed for the CUSA championship multiple times. I'm not, Sam Houston just scares me as a team. about literally everything about their program. I don't think it's gonna be like crazy, like a crazy score. I think it's gonna be fairly close, but I just think Western Kentucky is a solid enough team to beat Sam Houston. They've got some good guys on that team. As you know, they their quarterback's a senior, which is good. He's not returning though. They lost a bunch of guys. They only have 3 returners on the whole depth chart. But give me Western Kentucky to beat Sam Houston State. Not very insane, but close score. But Western Kentucky. All right, so for this final matchup, sorry guys, I forgot about this matchup, but how can you forget it? Because it is a good one. We have Stanford flying over the water to Hawaii. Now, real quick, shout out this old logo for Hawaii, incredible. But Hawaii actually, I think, is gonna win this game because I just think Hawaii is a better or a good enough team to beat this group of or Power Four team. Stanford is also a bad team to lose to Hawaii. Stanford has kind of been miserable. Hawaii's got a lot of players coming back. Stanford has a good amount, but I just don't think they're gonna make a bowl. They have a pretty challenging schedule. They're projected to finish 90 or the preseason poll has them at 99th, which is rough. Which is actually, I believe, lower than Hawaii. I would have to assume they are 98. Wow, so 98 versus 99. I just think Hawaii is gonna get this one done. I think this is gonna be a tone setter for the season for them. So give me Hawaii to beat Stanford in a huge matchup on week 0. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned and subscribe. I'll be posting daily. So make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. See ya. Peace.